This is bike number 17. It is a 1972 Honda XL250 4-stroke. It is a classic motorcycle, and it has been somewhat restored, but there's some aftermarket things going on. The 1972 did not have turn signals, but whoever restored it put a turn signal thing on the handlebar, and this throttle thing probably was a kit that also included that. The problem right now I'm having, a couple problems, is that the front shocks need to be serviced. The headlight doesn't work. The brake lights don't work. See, turn the key on. There's a kill switch here, but no lights. Yeah, no lights. Apparently whoever restored it did not use fuel resistant clear coat, so I'm gonna have to rub and compound it smooth and use my 2-part epoxy clear coat to restore that. It does run. I have ridden it, but to get it street legal, I need to get the brake lights to work. I need to get the headlight to work, and I don't have to, but I'm going to put turn signals on it. So that's the start of bike number 17. First thing is the seat lifts up pretty cool. It's got hinges, and I guess this is like the toolbox holder, and I think it's a 6-volt. Pretty cool information there, but yeah, this wiring is pretty sketchy. So I'm going to have to check the wiring to see what all the wiring is doing and not doing to get the headlight to work. I pulled the headlight screw off this side. I gotta pull this headlight screw off this side, take the headlight out, and see if there's any disconnected wires in there. Look at that little mud dauber nest. The horn doesn't work. There's a leak on the head somewhere, just a tiny drip. So I have to find out where it's coming from and see if it's just because it hasn't been running and the gasket, has dried up or something, and now that it's running, maybe it's expanded with the oil. I don't know. So, good project bike. I believe this is a 6-volt battery, and this thing runs on a 6-volt circuit, but I checked the battery and it's only got like 1 volt, so probably gonna need a new battery. I'm gonna pull the gas tank off. It's kind of hard to see. It's not too bad. It's got a pretty standard little rust issue in there, so for what it is, it's pretty decent looking. Alright, time to pull the tank off and then check the check the wiring there. Got the tank off, and look look at this beautiful wiring. Let's see what it's all about here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to buy a new wiring harness, because this doesn't, it looks like it's all jury rigged. Here's a, can you see that? Here's a connector, but it's all individual wire pins and not another connector. So yeah, and there's some this, I think this is the this right here is the clutch connector or something, or some kind of lighting. Yeah, green. I think green is ground, and this is some light connector. I'm not sure what. I'm gonna have to check with my multimeter what that goes to. But yeah, look at this spaghetti. I did an assessment of the jury rig wiring, and I think I'm at a place where it's going to be much more efficient to just buy a new wiring harness than it is to try to troubleshoot and spend probably a month trying to figure out what wires do what and go where. I can do it, but there's so many splices in here that it's just asking for trouble. Yeah, there's a wire that's not connected. There's a wire that's either broken off or disconnected. You can see the connector in there, but I don't see where. I mean, there's a couple of disconnected wires here, and I don't know where they go. I'm going to also have to buy a repair manual to get the color code. That is not the correct tail light bracket. I looked on eBay and they don't have one for this year bike for sale. So that's my next path, is to get a new wiring harness. It's not hard, but it is hard the way things are spliced in right now. So time to straighten this thing out. Not a big major change for effort, but I took the reflectors off the sides here, and I got these retro looking turn signal lights, and I put them on the jury rig brackets that were used to hold the reflectors, and I drilled them out and I put the retro looking turn signals on. I'm still waiting on the wiring harness to come in so I can finish rewiring some of these spaghettis. And I've got another set for the back. I'm probably going to have to make some kind of bracket. Well, I'm definitely going to have to make some kind of bracket to put the turn signals back here. But that's a little bit down the road. I took apart the turn signal wires, which is not an original, and for some reason they had the turn signal wires clipped. So these two wires here are from the original, or the original length. For some reason they clipped these two wires to make them shorter. These three wires to make them shorter, and then they clipped these three wires to make them really, really short, and I don't know why. But these are the turn signal wires. I think the gray, I can't remember what the gray was, but yeah, the gray I think is the brake, the brake light. I don't know, hang on. The gray is the power to the turn signal switch. So this is the power supply to the turn signal, and this goes, the orange goes to the right or left, and then the light blue goes to the other side. So don't know why they clipped them, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to splice longer wires, and one to put in the new turn signal lights I have in the front, and run some wires to the back.